Janaline. Janaline? Janalyn? Janalyn? Janaline? Okay, look. I have a weird name, too. Sometimes it's hard to pronounce. Janaline?
We're going to say Janaline.
Janaline!
Yeah, Janaline. Nice. Janaline. Janaline? Janaline?
I'm so sorry.
Bite-sized Rafi and Klee. The same awesome flavor in a smaller package. And always filler-free. May contain peanut gallery.
Hola, you amazing artist, and welcome back to the studio on the same day that we're doing all this bulk recording.
Yeah, just FYI, I don't wear this t-shirt every single day.
Yes, she does. It's been so many days.
I mean, it is a good t-shirt. Yeah.
The aroma
that's
of Klee.
Right. Take it all in. Our question comes from Janaline, which I got right on the first try and didn't have to practice 10 times.
Right.
Who listens to our podcast, watches our YouTube videos, and follows your blog.
Oh, sweet.
Thanks. Hello, Rafi. Oh, let me. Hello, Rafi.
You can't touch your face.
My hands are clean. My hands are clean.
Yeah, but not anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hello, Rafi and Klee. Have you ever brought a piece of art to a customer's home to see if it would work out in their space? This happened to me after a show I participated in. A couple loved my art piece, but after all my effort in bringing it to their home, they did not purchase the art. I have decided I do not want to do this again as it was a waste of my time. This seemed to be an odd request to me, and I'm wondering what your thoughts are on this topic. And you can check out Janaline's work on Facebook, Creations by Janaline.
That is a fantastic question because that is something that did occur to me several times in the beginning of my art career.
Mm-hmm.
There were shows that I would do, and then somebody would see a piece, but they weren't sure if it was going to fit on their wall or how it would look with their stuff. And so we would schedule a delivery, and I would go to their house, and they would look at the piece up on the wall, and they'd be like, no.
Do you happen to have 10 others in the car that we might try?
Eventually what I started doing was telling people that wanted me to do that, that, listen, I've had it happen in the past where I've gone over to someone's house, they didn't like the piece, and they ended up not purchasing anything. And honestly, it's kind of put me out a little bit. Is there any way that you could take a look at more than one piece and I'll come by? And if I do, I'm going to have to charge you whatever fee there is to do something, to do a house call. You get a house call fee. I did that only with a few people. There were collectors of mine that had already bought a lot of work from me, and I really had no issue going to their house, even if they weren't interested in buying something, because
they had supported your work.
Yeah, because they had supported my work, and it was nice to just go and visit them and see them, regardless if they were buying the artwork or not.
Yeah, I don't have this particular issue. I've never had to bring Euleries over to someone's home in that manner. Although I guess if I brought lots of Euleries to someone's house, it would be like a trunk show.
Yeah,
so
I guess a trunk show.
It's really more practical no matter what, if you are going to do something like this, to just bring a number of things over so they can peruse.
Yeah, I've had, with my bird series, I think I had 30 of the birds.
Mm-hmm.
One of my customers called me up and said, I'm really interested in getting 3 birds for the room. I need them here, the 10 by 10. And do you have any available? Can you bring 3? And I told her, well, I'm not going to bring 3 because they're all different. So I'm going to bring 25.
All the birds, an entire flock of birds.
Yeah,
are
I brought
on their way.
An entire flock of birds over to her house. I didn't charge her anything extra for going there because she's collected a lot of pieces for me over the years. But it was a nice visit. And at the end of the day, she ended up buying 6 of them. She didn't just buy the 3 because she saw 3 other ones that she fell in love with. I don't know about saying that every single one of those adventures is going to be a waste of time, or saying well, I never do that. I definitely, as somebody that, in my experience as an artist, I make sure not to have any lines crossed in the sand when it comes to that kind of thing, because you just never know. You kind of get an idea when they first approach you, like, oh, I'm not really sure, where they're kind of wishy-washy, and you're like, I don't know. Like, did you have that gut feeling that was like, I feel like this is going to be a waste of time?
Yeah, oftentimes the gut feelings are pretty on point. Sometimes not. But, it's good to trust those gut feelings for sure.
Yeah.
In this modern day and age, also, there's things like mock-up programs and measuring tapes.
Yeah.
Like, if they're not sure about the size, just go home and measure.
Yeah.
And I can send you a picture of the painting. You could use a mock-up program to see how it's going to look on your wall.
Yep.
Technology.
Yeah, I've actually, with people that were wishy-washy, I've had people send me a photograph of the section that they want with a measuring tape, and then I'll do a mock-up of the piece on the wall.
Yeah, so that might be a great alternative to actually physically having to bring a piece of art to somebody's house.
Now, you've dealt with this as well as I have online, where somebody has been interested in something, they even talk about ordering it, you go back and forth via email.
Oh, yeah.
And then they ghost you.
Yeah, which is also, like there's a time investment, whether I'm designing a piece or it's simply going back and forth asking questions about a piece or asking for an alteration on a piece, and then they ghost me. This happens all the time. I don't mind a certain amount of time investment to answer someone's questions. But after about 3 or 4 emails, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we're the back and forth, and then they're like, blah, 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 blah. To our beautiful collectors and purchasers of our art, we definitely do not mind back and forth. It is when there is a wishy-washy undecisiveness, and it's like, listen, I'm answering all your questions. Now you're taking time away from my creativity to be able to do this.
Yeah, and to that I would say, if you've decided at that point you're not going to purchase the thing, definitely at least let us know.
Just say, I'm not going to purchase the thing.
That way we're not looking at the inbox like, is it going to show up?
Is it there? There are a lot of things that we do as artists that is part of our business, such as setting up for a show, taking your stuff, doing a gallery opening, doing anything like that. And none of these things guarantee a sale. So keep that in mind too when you're thinking about what opportunity you have going and selling something. A lot of people get really discouraged because they go out and do their first art festival and then they don't sell anything. And right from that one experience, they're like, well, all art festivals are blah, 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 blah. Or they have a gallery show and they don't sell anything. And they're like, well, all gallery shows are a waste of time. Blah, blah. And so just because you had a bad experience by going out there and not being able to make a sale doesn't mean that every single one of those is going to be a negative experience.
I like the idea of maybe a house call consultation fee, a small fee, so at least you're covering your time and maybe the gas that you spent to get there. And you're pre-qualifying. If someone's willing to pay you a little bit to come out and put a piece of work on their wall so they can look at it, they're probably a more serious buyer.
Yeah. When a particular painting hasn't worked, I've still taken that opportunity to sell them a commission and then at least get the down payment for the commission and get that started. But yeah, if somebody's willing to pay for you to go to their house, and so they need to make a little bit of investment, even if it's like a $20 charge or even a $10 charge, if they're willing to make that little bit of an investment for you to come out to their house, then they're more likely willing to invest in your art.
Absolutely. I try not to look at anything I've done as a waste of time or a loss, because even if I invested time in something and maybe it didn't pan out the way that I was hoping, like someone dropped off the radar or I did a show and it just didn't work out, that's still experience badges on your vest.
Exactly. And I would say that that's one of the biggest things to look at here. It's like, everything that you do can have meaning. If you go out and you didn't make the sale and you see the entire experience as a waste of time and you didn't make the most of it as far as a learning experience, that's on you. So because then you end up losing out on any potential future sales because that's a waste of time. I'm not going to do that, blah, blah. Thank you, Janaline, for that question. That is an awesome question.
Yes, it is.
And I'm curious to know if you guys have had any experiences like that where maybe you've gone out somewhere or somebody just ghosted you or was like, nope, not interested. Just leave that in the comment section below.
And if you guys have any awesome questions for us, feel free to visit our website, rafiandklee.com. We have a section called For Artists. And in the For Artists section, you will see a button that says, Ask us a question.
Yep. Button.
A button.
And thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. I totally adore you. And if you like this and you want to watch more like this, just click right over here to subscribe. And that's it. Say goodbye, Klee.
Good day.
Adios.
Total awesomeness.